What do we have in the repertoire? Welcome in. Come on in. Oh, when I tell you I have been a bum. Hmm. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome into the Mimi Show. The Mimi Show. The Mimi Show. I want to talk about a little bit about Andrew, what's going on with his situation, and what else do I have? Andrew update, Meghan update, and some news updates. Okay, even Funky Dineva, if you would like to go there. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, I snapped one night and I was buying a whole bunch of candy. So I'm going to take my mama bag. This isn't it. Uh-oh, hold on. Yes, it is. This is it. Hi, Demon Dictator. Yes, it is. Snowdrop. Hello, Marine. Yes, we will get to Funky. Somebody sent me this. You guys send me things, and I think this may have been CC. Is CC here? Let's wait for CC to come, and then I'll show it. Well, let's go down here to the bottom.
Meghan Markle finally holds a real baby bump. And the funniest part about this is look how happy she is.
Okay. Point of view. Let's give him a thumbs up. Someone sent me this as well. I think this was Snowdrop. Snowdrop, was that you sent me that other one too? Okay, okay, okay. It's so good to see you guys. We gonna pick up a little bit today. Marine, are you in vertical? Let me see. Yes, Marine. Come over to the main live, lovely. Yes, you are on time. We're gonna thank POV for his live. Check him out. This is his. I'm gonna drop my link just in case someone wants to come up, voice their opinions. so on and so on. Who saw my live from last night? It was so good. You guys have got to go check it out. Danny Robertson. Oh, I want to say hello to. Let's run over and say hello to Annabelle. Okay. Um. Okay. Can we find Annabelle's link? I want to. I know it was in the last live we just did, but I would like to say.
The United States, like we've degraded 90%.
Anyway,
actually, what we're learning is that
Snowdrop, if you could get Annabelle's link for me, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. Also, too, I would like to say, don't forget to look at the live from last night. It was really funny. I say get a glass of wine and enjoy it. It's part 2 of The Mystery Man. If you haven't seen part 1, you need to see part 1 first. I have a live that says, let me know if you want me to post it on the community board. It was hilarious, guys. Hilarious. Okay. The Mystery Man. Oh boy, it's so much going. Oh, that's not Annabelle. He did Snowdrop. Yes, Funky. No, it is, but the other. I should have went over to see Annabelle. Should we go? Let's do this. Let me take a break. Let's go over to Annabelle's and then come back. Does that sound like a great idea? Demon Dictator, what do you think? Because she's still live. Should we go over to Annabelle, support her, and then run back over to my live later? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with it. Okay, wait. I got Demon Dictator. Hey, Demon Dictator. Are you there?
Oh, shit.
I'll remove you. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Trust me, you didn't let us see you long enough.
I just got out of the shower and I got this wet hair.
You're so beautiful, but you won't let us see you.
I just got out of the shower. I got soaking wet hair. I just said hi. I just said hi to Annabelle earlier when she first came on.
Okay.
So you can just pop it.
Just keep going.
If anyone wants to, you can just go on her channel and just say hi in the side chat if you want to. But if anyone wants to go over there, they can. If you want to go over there, you can.
Well, I'm just gonna say hi.
I said hi to her.
Let me give her a super chat. Okay, so guys, let's continue. This is POV. I got this from Snowdrop. Okay.
It was lost me.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Her behaviour was so bad on this.
Who was?
Meghan. You know, this was at the Children's Hospital, right?
Okay.
Do you remember last year she came with the red dress? So this is the event where she wore that red dress before.
Oh.
And she behaved like an idiot then. And so this is the same event. And this event is at a children's hospital. And that lady's, what's her name? Zyphon. She lost her son a few years ago. So she worked for the children's hospital in memory of her son. And Meghan's behaving like an idiot. It was so embarrassing. Wow. So watch how she behaves. It's awful.
Wow, like all over her. Just guys, if you want a reading, Annabelle is doing readings at the moment. Okay, that's her link. Here we go.
Meghan Markle finally holds a real baby bump. And the funniest part about this is look how happy she is holding a real baby bump, because whenever she used to hold her own baby bump, now we don't know what was in there, cotton or buckwheat or water, plastic, silicone. She never looked that happy. And I think there's a reason for that, because deep down inside, this person knew that they were lying to the world. And they didn't know what to do about that gigantic lie, which I believe that's probably why she had suicidal thoughts, because you don't know how you're going to get out of something so big like a lie like that. And this specific event, I couldn't find the photo, but there's another photo where the belly got smaller with this event. And I remember because it was this outfit she was wearing. She went into a building and then she came out and then the belly was smaller, literally. And then let's not forget this gem. Literally, it's moving. And you're talking about someone that sells jam. That thing's moving like jelly.
Wow.
That belly. Come on. Come on. This is the funniest part about this. This is real. This is really what happened back then. She really tried to do that. Oh, man, that is just too much. And that's why, like, again, look at her face. Look how happy she looks holding a real baby bump. See? She was at the red carpet for Alliance for Children's Rights, which provides legal services, education, safe housing, and
do you know who did a deep dive on her, the way she acted?
Support for vulnerable children. And you know what that means when it comes to these charities? That means that the administrators are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and the children are actually getting no help. Because
you keep getting kicked out for some odd reason. Demon Dictator, do we know?
I'm back. So I cut myself off then.
No, where are you going?
No, I just cut myself off then. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
What?
It is rude. I find that is rude touching someone's bum. It is, unless they give you permission.
Yeah. And she's lost a child as well, and she's like in her 40s, so she must be, you can't really, you got to ask permission.
But it looks like she's just all over the baby. Yeah.
That's the way it always goes for these rich people with these charities. And this comes just after getting absolutely demolished by Variety about the failed Netflix deal, which I think we can say that now. Now, of course, she has to go out and make appearances and pretend as if everything is okay, but she was demolished by Variety. That was an embarrassment on a global scale when they talked about this woman going away from the camera because she's offended, or talking over her husband, you know, or especially with the projects. They were talking about the way she wants to control projects. Really? I mean, if you're going to put something out, okay, put something out, but you're going to control it. And that's why directors and A-list talent don't want to work with her. Imagine an A-lister. You want me to work with the girl from Suits? Yeah, no. So, of course, she has to go out and do this and pretend as if everything is okay and she wasn't just embarrassed again.
Did they actually play the clip? I didn't see it.
Hey.
No, they did not. The Sussex crash report. Harry and Meghan's empire crumbling. This is Paula. I'm going to save you, Paula. Okay, because you might have something good to say. I'm going to type in Harry and Meghan. And that'll come up.
Yeah, you should see her behaviour. It was so inappropriate. At a children's gala, she behaved like an idiot as usual. Last time when she was in the red dress, they said she was she came across as drunk, and again she just came across like she came across drunk as again.
Oh. Okay, I'm not seeing that.
Let me try and find it. Meghan at the Children's Hospital. Let me see.
Listen, 10 million drama with Netflix. What drama?
All the Netflix guys have unfollowed her on Instagram. Ted Sarandos and all the Netflix team, they've all unfollowed her. On the Netflix, yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Meghan, Children's Hospital.
Well, there's a lot going on.
All right, well, I am here with Kinsey Schofield. I'm so excited. She is the ultimate royal source on Harry and Meghan. She lives in Los Angeles and knows everything about them. And what a week, Kinsey. This has been insane for Harry and Meghan. It kind of started with them spinning Netflix. Oh, we left Netflix, blah, blah, blah. And then it went to, guess what? We're both going down under. Harry's going to do a mental health workshop, and Meghan is going to do a girls' weekend at the Intercontinental in Coogee Beach outside of Sydney, which is hilarious because it's known for sewage runoff. So also they're freaking out, I'm hearing, because Tom Bower's new book is coming out. It's called Betrayal, and it's been excerpted in the Times of London. Mm-hmm. So what were the biggest things that stuck out to you about this book?
Well, I think one of the reasons we're talking about this book right now is because Harry and Meghan have pitched such a nasty fit over it. And this is a lesson they should have taken from the British royal family: never complain, never explain. Now that they are fighting back against it, it's made these stories, each and every one of them, blow up even bigger. I think my biggest takeaway is it seems like Dr. Sophie Shandaka spent some quality time with the author, Tom Bower, because we are hearing about some very intimate and embarrassing conversations between Dr. Sophie and Prince Harry. Specifically, she goes and she finds research and she hires independent marketing experts, and they approach Harry and they say, your brand is damaged. Why did you call it Spare? Why did you not call it, I believe it was like Warrior or Survivor or some some name, which I think like we've had conversations saying, why go the weak route?
Yes. And also for our audience, Dr. Sophie Shandaka was the head of Sentabali, the charity that Harry founded with Prince Iso, and they actually stepped down last year because he had a huge fight with her and claimed that she had tried to hijack it and misspent money. But it was all a little odd because she had been on the board previously for years. So they knew who she was. They were comfortable with her until she took over and said, hey, we're lacking donations ever since you stepped
Marie,
down
come over to
from
the
the
main
royal
page.
family.
And we believe your wife is a liability. And that's when she presented him with analytics to prove that Meghan, her popularity was declining in the United States. People were avoiding donating to them because of her reputation. That's when Harry turned especially sour and tried to orchestrate, a coup to push her out. And who had to leave? Ultimately, Prince Harry. And you can see based on their donations that they have not taken a loss since he's left, which I think speaks significantly to his presence there.
Yeah.
But also the idea that these wounded veterans, these heroes, are really uncomfortable with Meghan Markle's presence
In Invictus.
Yeah,
Yes.
Prince Harry's other charity.
So there are some issues with Invictus as well. Tom Bauer went to the Canadian Games, and he was saying that volunteers outnumbered actual participants by like 20 to 1. And also the other issue was that in a way he pointed out, and this does not happen at the Paralympics, he pointed out that during a wheelchair basketball game for wounded warriors, the American team, yes, they were wounded warriors because they had PTSD. However, they could all actually walk, whereas the Nigerian team did not. And people were shocked. And also that he called it Meghan Markle's games. Why is that?
Because when Meghan Markle shows up, the event becomes about her getting her photo taken. Her team will send all of us media a play-by-play on what outfit she wore, what designers she's wearing that day, what piece of Princess Diana's jewelry she's got on at the games. And then instead of us focusing on these people that have sacrificed their entire lives for our countries, we're talking about what Meghan Markle's wearing. Yeah. He also is, he gives us that timeline of when the games start, when Harry and Meghan slide in, how they usher people to sit around Harry and Meghan so the venue looks more packed, how Harry and Meghan will have their pictures taken, then get up and leave before the climax. So he gives us the sense that this is really a branding opportunity for this couple versus an opportunity to raise awareness for these people that have been so courageous and continue to fight and wake up every day and pursue a life.
Well, also the other issue is that he pointed out, and I thought was very interesting, is that they got a private jet there. They stayed in a 5-star hotel. They were transferred to the games, which was across the street from the hotel, by a private car. Then they had people there to cheer them on. And it was all covered by a film crew. And this was all paid for either by Invictus or the Canadian government. And it does bring up questions about what's going to happen in the Birmingham games.
Which I love that he is so bold in suggesting Harry has completely strategized the location and everything to not only try to get that UK security funding back. He wants, every time he lands, he wants Ravik to assign him an armed guard, armed police to protect him and his family. And it's a case-by-case basis right now. And we've watched him fight with the government and lose. We're still waiting on the latest judgment because Ravik has said that they will relook into it. But it's also basically a giant scheme to work Harry and Meghan back into the British royal family because Harry realizes that Dr. Sophie Shandaka was right. His brand has taken a huge hit, and he's no one without that proximity to the British royal family.
I'll put it in the private chat.
It's not working in his favor right now because the palace won't budge. Maybe King Charles gave it some consideration, but with Prince William by his side, can he risk that? Prince William doesn't want to be anywhere near his brother and doesn't trust his brother to be back into the fold.
Well, and speaking of his brand, you live in Los Angeles and you meet a lot of celebrities. You meet a lot of people. You're friends with them. What do they think of the Sussex brand? Because I don't see them getting invited to many places.
I mean, where were they at the Oscars? Where were they at the Vanity Fair after party? It was the Kardashian-Jenner party, basically. And we know that Meghan has worked so hard to establish that relationship with Kris Jenner. Celebrities, you are who you associate with, and you only want to be seen with somebody on the up and up. And Harry and Meghan are not on the up and up. Their brand is considered incredibly toxic. Loose lips sink ships, and these two can't keep secrets to save their lives. And people recognize that, and I think that that's why they've been really kind of rejected by LA.
Wow. And then we had the Variety article today saying that Netflix has $10 million worth of as ever product that they have to get rid of. What is the take in Los Angeles on as ever?
A vanity project. This is Meghan, her dreams coming true, while Harry just looks absolutely rudderless. I mean, that is a lot of product. We know that people are quitting Netflix and saying, here are my 2 weeks. And Netflix's parting gift is as ever, like, take it, get it out of here.
Wow.
That is the parting gift when you say goodbye to Netflix. So they are overflowing.
Wow. So are they having a hard time getting rid of these products?
Can you imagine that? Your leaving gift is Meghan's jam.
Yes.
No.
That's
nasty.
It's crazy because doesn't she need to try to sell it?
Well, she can't. That's the whole point. She can't. just overflowing.
Oh my God, you got all these products you can't sell. Now
They
it's
were
the other way
monsters.
around. Now, first it was, oh, we're don't have any more products. It's we're ran out of products.
Sold out.
Sold
You
out.
bought everything. Well done.
We sold out. And I don't
Now
know
it
what's
turns out,
again. I can't believe it. Remember, she was complaining about
yeah,
it.
yeah. And so we restocked it again, and you did it again. You bought it all again.
Yeah, you
And
did
it turns
again.
out it was all hiding in the offices of Netflix, all Netflix cupboards. That's where it's all been hiding.
$10 million worth of bad product that she can't sell.
Wickless candles. God knows what else is in there.
Just a whole bunch
Candles
of waste to do. Oh my
It is.
God.
It's a massive waste.
So
And did
you're
you
not
hear early? And did you hear earlier in the report when they were with Sentibale, which is what the start of the big argument with them was Dr. Sophie Chanduka did a sort of a questionnaire thing with all of their sponsors and all the people that they work for, and they all voted that Harry and Meghan were basically toxic, and they didn't want to have anything to do with the charity because Harry and Meghan were involved, and that was the start of the big fight. And Harry was like furious. How dare you say that about my wife? My wife
God.
is.
How many times are you going to protect her from the enemy?
Yeah, and so that was the start of the big fight. And Harry, that's why Harry tried to get her out, and then in the end, she stood up to them. Well done to her. And Harry had to resign in a controversy, but ultimately they wanted him out anyway because him and Meghan were so toxic to the charity, and they've done very well since.
Oh wow, they're doing good. Well, that's
because
good
the new person who took over Sentibale used to work for Prince William. So there. And I believe Prince William just said, "Can you go and do me a favour and sort out the mess that my brother left?" And he said, "Yes, sir, I will go and do it."
Wow.
The audit, that's what it was. Thank you, Mary. I couldn't think of the word. It was an audit, yeah. I said questionnaire, but it was an audit.
Okay.
Going with product, that the public doesn't want. We don't want a $64 candle that doesn't have a wick. Who wants fruit spread when you can go to the store and get jam for $2? It doesn't make sense. And Netflix themselves, some insiders have said it, as ever as a whole, did not make sense to the Netflix ecosystem.
Right. I mean, at first they thought it was going to be like a 360. We're going to do the show, and then we're going to have the products, and the products people will want to watch the show, and then when they watch the show, they're going to want to buy more products. And they thought it would be something like that, and it didn't quite work out that way because people didn't really mesh with the show.
Well, also, don't you think that they could have done a better job? I mean, first of all, the products weren't available during the launch of season 1 of As
right.
The products were simply not available.
Well, they were also called something else.
Yeah, American Riviera Orchard, rest in peace. But they didn't show QR codes throughout her show. Like if she's using this specific product, a honey QR code should have popped up on the screen. So if I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that next weekend. I could have had that product on my doorstep this week, so I could have done it next weekend. If you're going to try to convert into QVC, they needed to have taken more initiative. It just felt like no one was on the same page.
She wasn't on the same page.
I think they've just given up at this point.
Yeah. Like, how you going to launch your As Ever show and not have your As Ever products with your show? Like,
yeah. They filmed the show. They filmed the show They filmed the show a long time before the products came. But like Kinsey was saying, you could put the QR codes on the screen and say, or you can advertise it, your own products, add it all in later on. But apparently they'd had enough. Apparently Netflix at that point had enough, and they didn't add their products in.
Exactly. And then she was just so discombobulated.
It was, and I think the Netflix show was it was a bit of nothingness. Anyway, I only watched the Christmas special.
Yeah, I watched the Christmas. I think I fast forwarded through the Christmas special It was so boring. And then at the end, she had on this big green or red dress, and she was the only one dressed up. It was weird.
Yeah.
And it was just cringe. Like, just cringe. She
I
looked
think at this point, I think at this point, just donate it all to a food bank or home care. People that will just.
She's gonna keep doing. She's gonna keep advertising it on her Instagram page and keep, advertising it, making it be something that no one cares. No one wants it.
Show that link I gave you. That's her at the hospital behaving appallingly.
Okay, here's her wickless candle.
And then honey. Doing.
And I guess this is some bread and some honey in a basket.
Yeah. Just in case you forgot what to do with them, you can get some bread and you can put the honey on the bread and make yourself a cup of tea and bread and honey, just in case you didn't know.
Just in case you didn't know.
You can get some bread and you can get a little bit of honey on top and make a cup of tea.
On the door has nothing to do with nothing.
Nothing to do with anything at all. That's nothing of nothing at all.
Nothing of nothing.
And there is one.
Let's put some chocolate in a plate.
Yeah. Some chocolate on a plate with a cup of tea. Pretty.
Yeah, that's a pretty bird.
But that's about the only best one she's got.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. That's the raspberry. And then what's this baby food?
They're little condiment spoons. Only very, very posh people have those condiment spoons. And they're for like jams and honeys and things like that. Little spoons. And there is that first picture is probably the one candle that has a wick. Now this is a children's hospital. And look at her behaving like a fool.
Wow, get off of her. Oh, she's any day now.
Yeah. She's got a lovely little neat bump.
Now, how did she lose her baby?
She had a son who had COVID and meningitis, and they took him into hospital, and he passed within like hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think she had twins, or she had a boy and a girl.
How horrible! They both died.
No, just the boy. Look how she's putting her head on her shoulders, the bump, cuddling her, putting her head on her shoulders. Look at her big flirt. And it's
What was this?
This is at the children's hospital. The gala at the children's hospital. But first of all, they started cuddling, and she's feeling the baby bump, and she's putting her head on her shoulders. They're just like, just behave yourself.
Yeah.
It's a children's hospital. Look at grinning, that maniacal grin.
Right.
There you go. Look at them cuddling there, cuddling, feeling that baby bump, putting her head on her shoulders. Look at us, best friends forever. Look at that big grin. This is a children's hospital gala. And where Kelly Zeifman was being honoured after losing her son. Like, it's not appropriate to be cuddling and that manic grin. It's not about you, Meghan.
No, it's not. It's not about you, girl. Hello, Cassandra.
This was the same event last year. She wore that red dress, and she kept pulling everybody onto the.
I don't like
and
this outfit. I like the
You don't
black
like it?
outfit.
I like that dress, the blue dress. I like it.
It just, the tummy part looks weird.
Her tummy part. She's just drinking too much wine. She's got a wine belly.
It just looks weird.
But this is the same event that last year where she wore that red dress, and she kept pulling everybody on to have their pictures taken, and they said she looked like off her face, like if she wasn't, like she was on drugs or she was drunk, because she kept pulling everybody on to have their picture taken with everyone. She was this manic grinning like she's doing now, and it's a children's hospital. It's not appropriate.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that. She's slow. How you not gonna have your bookmark? It's weird, Snowdrop. It was a big weird to do.
Yeah, all the pages turned over.
Hello, Judy Bird. Okay, guys. Hold on one sec. There's something wrong with her.
Maybe I'm just exaggerating, but I just look at cuddling, touching a baby bump, and a manic grinning, and then putting a manic over exaggerated grinning, putting her head on her shoulders. This is a children's hospital, and poor Kelly is being honoured because she lost her son. It's just not appropriate.
Wow, I wanted to show you guys something.
Yeah, there you go. That was the news of the day. And Netflix have unfollowed her on Instagram. So that's a big falling out there.
Oh my God, here she goes again. All up on it. It's on her Instagram page.
Look, who walks around holding hands?
All in the bathroom. Shaking hands. This is so. Oh, wow. Is she talking?
She give a speech.
Oh, wow. Is she saying something?
Yeah. Look, who walks around holding hands, for God's sake? I did that when I was about 15 at school.
This was a weird moment.
Yeah, Meghan gave a speech, of course. She's always got to give a speech.
Can we have that speech?
Let me see if I can get it.
In the bathroom.
Let me see if I can get it. I know Maureen. Maureen, I can't imagine a day without Lady Letitia live. It's true. She gave you a super chat.
Oh, thank you, Maureen. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Attention, everyone. Attention, everyone. My lovely Maureen has given me a super chat and her lovely comment. I can't imagine a day without Lady Letitia's live. Oh, that means so much to me. Maureen, thank you. Marine. Thank you. Marine. Thank you. Let's put some fans in the chat for Marine. Fans in the chat. Some hearts. Some kisses. There you go, Marine. Thank you so much. Oh, it does help. It really, really does. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is weird. Look at her all by her boobs.
She doesn't understand boundaries and people's personal space.
And all in the bathroom. Like, this was funny. This is so funny. Let's put this on my stream. This is just like the twerking video. Look at her, word selling it. Uh-oh, here it is.
I don't know if that's a speech, but that's all I can find.
Good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? I am so grateful to be here to be able to celebrate my dear friend and co-founder of Alliance of Moms and board member for Alliance for Children's Rights, Kelly Reichman.
Oh, that was it. I can't find it anymore. It'll probably come out in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Everyone, how are you tonight? I am so grateful.
I am. Me.
And co-founder.
I am so grateful. Me. I am
Me.
wonderful and grateful to be
Me.
here with you guys.
Me.
I.
Founder of Alliance of Moms and board member for Alliance for Children's Rights, Kelly Reichman.
The whole speech will probably come out in the next couple of days.
Yep. And then we'll get more.
Me, I.
Me.
It's about me.
Wow. She is so tone deaf. Okay, hold on, guys. Yes, the one that was pregnant got an award.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I want us to look at Andrew a little bit, but let's finish up with
page in this Variety article basically confirms that these two are terrible at communicating. Meghan would step away from Zoom for significant periods of time. They would later find out that she was just mad at something someone said. Now, Meghan's spokesperson said, well, as someone with small children, she might have to step away. But the reality is, I believe it's true that she would storm off because she didn't like something that was said during a strategy call.
Which also leads back to their whole issue of not actually wanting to listen to anyone, especially if they have advice or if somebody doesn't.
Rude. So she stepped away from the call instead of saying, excuse me, I got to go tend to my kids. I'll be back, or, go ahead without me. She just leaves and don't tell them anything, and come to find out later, she lies and says, oh, I had to get the baby.
No, well, basically what they've said is that every time she was on a call with someone and she didn't like what they said, she used to storm off. But in the Variety article, what they did was they sent all the Variety article to the lawyers, and the lawyer responded saying she didn't step away. She had children in the house, and sometimes she had to stop the call to attend the babies. That was the lawyer's response. But Netflix is saying that every time they said something she didn't like, or she had a tantrum, and she used to walk off. That's what they're saying. Did that make sense? I'm wondering
Yes,
about then.
it does. Yes, that she would get mad, and she looks
Yes,
like the
so
type that
odd.
would get mad and walk off. Cassandra,
Yeah.
she's like a baby. Did you see the video I played last night? It was so good.
100% agree with them. And this kind of leads into the girls' weekend in Sydney that she is having. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day retreat. I mean, it's over 3,000 Australian dollars if you'd like the VIP package, which confirms that you get a photograph with her at a table full of other women willing to pay $3,000. It's not even an exclusive one-on-one photo. For that $3,000, you still have to share a room with another woman and a twin bed.
Oh, wow.
Which is wild. And Meghan's going to do an intimate fireside chat where she's probably going to regurgitate things like, you just have to anchor in your own knowing.
Wow.
Or she might teach you how to trade one bag of pretzels for another bag of pretzels and call that, elevation. I don't know. But I bet you $5,000 that you're going to hear that soap story.
Oh, boy.
Over the
yes,
weekend.
yes, the soap story about how when she was 11 years old, she got dubbed to change, or
Procter & Gamble.
Procter & Gamble to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to
I'd
the
be
$3,000 dinner, and she's talking about the soap story and how
So
she's
sweet. It doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. That's what's crazy about it.
Oh, that would just be annoying. Yeah, it's really good. It's part 2 of The Mystery Man. You got to see part 1 though. Yeah, it's still going on. According to Paula M, that it's sold out. I would like to see that for myself. Because that's some stuff Meghan would have going on. We sold out. No more tickets.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I'm sure it was just her, not anyone else writing in. The thing about that weekend that I find so galling, and that Australians find so galling, is that in 2018, she and Harry had been married for 6 whole months. She was pregnant. It was not announced yet. It was announced on that trip. They go to Australia and they proceed to offend a lot of the country. So talk about that. What happened on that trip that Australians still can't forgive her for?
Well, you might have additional details that I don't. For the most part, I will say that when they came home from the Australian trip, it was technically a win to the British royal family. And because Meghan was so popular, she was under the false impression that now she had negotiating power. She now had some leverage. And they take this success, this technical success, the positive headlines from the Australian trip, and they start trying to use it to go to the Queen and say, we want to step out of William and Catherine's shadows. We believe we're bigger than them. Behind the scenes, we know that Meghan was saying, I should be getting paid for this. Behind the scenes.
While she's shaking hands with people in Australia.
Yes.
As if to say, I mean, why am I greeting you people?
Peasants. You peasants. I mean, you're a suitcase girl from Deal or No Deal. Back check. But I also found out, that people waited hours for them. Young, children sobbing outside of their hotel because Harry and Meghan opted to take the secret entrance versus just waving at people towards the front. So there were also stories about her being frustrated and making people cry, like her staff members cry. An alleged event where she tossed a hot tea and somebody could have potentially been burned. Well, I'll stress allegedly, but I do believe Tom Bauer writes about that in his first book, Revenge.
Yes.
But from a overall perspective, they thought that this was a huge win, and this is why they're going back to Australia, because they searched. They said, where do people like us? And they had some positive feedback from this 2018 trip. However, they've not done anything over the last few years to nurture that relationship, and I don't think Australia has any desire to see them in April.
No, it's actually interesting because a lot of Australians are monarchists. And, I've been to Australia many times. I know a lot of people in Australia. And the thing that I'm hearing is that they're so fed up because Australians really don't like it when somebody thinks that they're above the regular people.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt like what was presented was not actually what happened. What was presented was glowy photos, not whatnot. But then it was, why are all these people here for us? This is so silly.
Yeah.
And, why am I not getting paid for this? And making people cry who actually are there to make her look good.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was actually the start. People actually quit after that trip. And that was the start of the bullying accusations.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so will Australia be a slam dunk for them? Absolutely not. But are these two spin doctors going to allow that to be the end of it? No. Something they'll come up with something. I mean, I sent you a text message. We're friends. I sent you a text message earlier today. The Variety story drops, and it's incredibly negative towards these two. And what does Meghan Markle do? Surprise! I'm releasing a new product, and as ever. I mean, they are so predictable in this sense.
It's either bad news or Catherine is doing something. So I've got to get the spotlight back.
Yeah.
Kinsey Schofield, thank you so much.
Interesting. Anything you like to say, Demon Dictator?
I just think the Australian, I think it's going to be brilliant. I think they're going to be absolutely hated. And this is going to go, it's going to go so disastrously wrong.
It is. Everywhere she go, it goes wrong. It's never, on the up and up.
Yeah. And they went to the one country that literally I think at this point every country hates them, but Australia hates them with a passion. They really do.
Yeah. She's wow. Australia doesn't like you. UK doesn't like
Andrew.
you.
I think
Americans don't like you. Oh God, you're in a bad situation there, girlie. And all on this lady's bumpadoo. Okay. Okay. I think that's all about Meghan today. What is this?
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Gonna be good.
It was such a hell of a week
do this one
in
tomorrow.
Montecito. The days of our Montecito lives are turning.
Because that's gonna be long.
Yeah, this one. Save that one.
Save that one. Let's see, where are we? We're in an hour. Cassandra.
Oh, I'm gonna go because my dinner's ready. I'm gonna eat my dinner.
Okay, go get your dinner, lovely. Honey. Okay, great seeing you, sweetheart.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye, side chat. I'll still be in the side chat.
Okay. Judy Bird, tell us about your reading. Okay, we're going over to Funky Dineva. Okay, this is one from yesterday. Hold on. Oh.
Washing machine in the dishwasher.
penis every time they came and had sex with us, we would probably choose to have a new penis too. And then somebody in here real fucking nasty talking off. I don't like people sticking anything plastic or toys up my hoo-ha. But if ever somebody was going to stick something up my hoo-ha, it would have to just be mine. I don't want one that you wrenched off.
You don't know what is going to come out of Funky Dineva's mouth.
I don't want one that you soaked in bleach. I don't want one. And she's right? Like, I guess in our mind, you probably can actually wash a plastic dildo better than you can a man's penis. You probably can. I guess we'll all take the same penis because we have no choice but to. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if we had the option to give these men a new penis every time they came and had sex with us, we would probably choose to have a new penis too. And then somebody in here real fucking nasty talking about what's wrong, just put it in the dishwasher. Now you one low down nasty bitch. That's some of the lowest shit I don't ever heard. You gonna take your dildo out your hoo-ha and put it in your dishwasher with your dishes. Bitch, you nasty. You is nasty. And remind me to never eat from around your bitch, you is nasty. All right? Put it in the washing machine. At a minimum, put it in the washing machine. In the dishwasher. Can y'all be quiet? I would be curious to know when Brorilla's 15 minutes gonna be up. And I think they slowly are ending because that's what we need them to do. And it's just so many different places I could go with these. I'm gonna do this next story and I'm gonna bring our guests on really quickly. Can y'all help Clarissa Shields? So I'm not going to play the audio because I don't know if she has her song scheduled with the people and I don't want to get a copyright on my Instagram. But you go over to Hollywood Unlocked page and listen to this song that Clarissa Shields has made for Papoose. Right in Rio. Now, if y'all go out there, you're going to stay out there. Go. Wow. Can I say something?
I'm here. You hear it? Can you hear me?
I think Papoose is exploiting her.
Papoose?
I think Papoose is exploiting her. I do. The girl is so cheesy. I just can't think of any other word to describe Clarissa Shields. She's so cheesy. And even though she is an Olympian, two-time Olympian, you can tell she's still not even satisfied with that. Me being a two-time Olympian would give me so much internal self-confidence that I would not be trying to. She wants to be the it girl and she wants to be accepted by y'all so bad. At this point, I am asking, could Lala Anthony, Sierra, and Kelly Rowland, can y'all please take Clarissa Shields up under y'all wing? Can y'all hang out with her, go shopping with her, show her how to act and be in these spaces, show her how to be a bit more elevated? She's so cheesy. She's so cheesy. And the reason that I think Papoose is exploiting her, because she's so doggone cheesy, I just don't see what he could possibly be attracted to. I think that, she is up and coming, and I think that Papoose is hitching his wagon. I think Papoose is hitching his cart to her horse. I really do. I think he found somebody who was silly enough and naive enough that he can get in there with her, and any money that she makes will now be partly his. It's just unfortunate for Clarissa Shields, and that relationship looks unfortunate. Everything about it feels unfortunate. And Clarissa, she need to take her vitamins. That's what she need to do. She take her vitamins. And without further ado, I want to bring back one of our favorite visitors to Funky Dineva Live. Y'all already know who it is. Our favorite nurse practitioner, Miss Asia Standifer from Polk Concierge Medical. What's going on, Asia? Can I hear you?
Good evening.
good.
How are
There
you? It
go.
is
I am
always such a
doing
pleasure
good.
to be on.
You got the call center staff there? Is the people there waiting for us to
Listen.
call tonight?
When I tell you, yes, we do have people who will be standing by. However, this visit really is to come in and say hello and thank you.
Okay.
The people. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. Asia Standifer. I'm a board certified nurse practitioner. I own Polk Concierge Medical Group, and I own a vitamin and supplement line that I created. In our practice, we focus on wellness, weight loss, hormone replacement, and all those things. But I am coming this time in to check in, say thank you, and to give some progress updates. So last time I was here, before the holidays, there are people who locked in the last time I was here who have lost 30 pounds. We've gotten their hormones aligned. People are feeling better. So I told some of my clients that I was going to be on today. So those of you who have lost 25 pounds, congratulations. The person who's been with me for about 2 years, who has lost 160 pounds, you know who you are. Yes, that person is off their blood pressure medication. They feel better. Their joints feel better. Weight loss isn't just about the aesthetics. Of course, we like to look good. We like to look good in a bikini. Summer is around the corner, but it's about your overall health and wellness. It has to be of utmost importance because guess what? We only get one life.
One life,
and we have to live it to the best of our ability. And weight loss isn't a one-trick pony. At Polk Concierge Medical, we really take the time to kind of hear you out. What are your goals? What does your health look like? How can we improve it? How can we get you looking good in that bikini? There's more than one way to do it. There's GLP-1s, there's injectables, there's oral medications, there's also diet, lifestyle modification. We take all of that into consideration and create a plan that works best for you. Y'all know how it goes. You get 15% off your visit. There's a promo code FB15. You can book on our website a consultation. You can call us at 863-591-4343 or text us. You will get our after hours message, but we will get back to you. Be patient with us, and we will get you seen. Again, as you know, I've extended our hours. There's some weekend hours available. I've extended our office hours over the next week so that we can accommodate you all. It is summertime. Let's get you feeling good. Let's get some of those pounds off, but most of all, let's get you well.
So somebody says, I have PCOS and she changed my life.
She is all over the place today.
They're talking about you. I have PCOS and she changed my life. I got two people on here. One said, do you got something for hot flashes? And another one said, do you got something for perimenopause?
Okay, so if there are any of my clients who are okay with chiming in, tell me what NAD does for hot flashes. It's a peptide. It's a naturally occurring peptide. I treat so many women with perimenopause and menopause symptoms.
I'm on NAD right now.
I took my dose today, 35 units twice weekly. I don't play.
Yes.
I do not play. And I tell you, when you do have a consultation with me and we talk about these things, anyone and my clients can chime in. I will send you, obviously with a paying consultation, I will send you a free dose of NAD. I believe in it that much. Because the goal also, of course, the goal is wellness. The goal is get you feeling better. But for the things that I truly believe in, listen, if you say, hey,
there, just rewind the video. All these questions y'all have about do they accept Medicaid insurance? Is FSA accepted? Just text the number or call it. She says she got some people up there now for after hours working the phone lines. She can help you answer everything you need. As far as NAD is concerned, I started taking NAD years ago in some of my IV bags that I would get or whatever. But now I'm going to Gentle John skin, hair, and nails or whatever. One, I have to inject. It's like the biggest kept secret that Hollywood has had forever. Cheating, or you shame to tell somebody you on the shot. To hell with that. Use the technology that is available to you. Use it. Use it. Use it. Moving right along. Tamron Hall, guys. Tamron Hall survives daytime TV shakeup. Sources secure a season 8 renewal. Now, listen, I can't say one thing about Tamron Hall's show being renewed or not being renewed because I don't watch it. I think I'll probably be asleep when they come on. I like Tamron. I don't have any issues with Tamron. I just don't watch it because I'm not watching daytime TV. So I am happy that in a world where there's a huge shakeup in daytime TV right now, that Tamron was able to weather the storm. Now, I know a lot of times as a creative, the fans fall in love with one thing, and sometimes you want to grow and you want to do other things. But I'm not going to lie to you. I like Tamron Hall doing the news better. I like her doing the news, and I like her doing investigative journalism far more than I do her as a talk show host. That's just me personally.
I'm not really all that, with the talk show host part of it. I like Tamron Hall as the news too. I agree.
Just like her better. And maybe that's because that's the way I was introduced to her. And I do sometimes feel like some of the talk show stuff is just beneath her level of intellect. I'm like, I hold Tamron Hall in such a high regard. And I'm just like, why, girl? We need you back over here doing the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And we need you back over here doing the serious stuff. And leave some of that low-hanging fruit to some of the other people who don't.
It just doesn't fit her. The daytime talk shows, like the gossip situation. It just doesn't fit her. It doesn't fit.
Don't have your journalistic talents and abilities.
She's got
but nevertheless, you know,
talent.
Tamron got another season. She got a season 8.
Yes, dude,
it's going to be very interesting this next year to see what they.
I gotta get myself together and go get my little bit. Yes. She's coming home tonight.
Daytime TV is going to look like with all of the cancellations and with there seeming to no longer be an appetite for certain type of talk shows. Karamo is gone. Sherry Shepherd is gone. Kelly Clarkson is gone.
Kelly is gone.
You know, somebody said Tamron is holding down daytime.
Is gone.
No shade to Tamron, but by default, because there's no journal, because there's no competition. Tamron got another season. She got a season 8. It's going to be very interesting this next year to see what daytime TV is going to look like with all of the cancellations and with there seeming to no longer be an appetite for certain type of talk shows. Karamo is gone. Sherry Shepherd is gone. Kelly Clarkson is gone. You know, somebody said Tamron is holding down daytime. No shade to Tamron, but by default, because there's no journal, because there's no competition. Tamron Hall is holding daytime down because there's no competition.
Gone. Sherry Shepherd TV show. The final episode in fall of 2026 after 4 seasons. Ooh. That ain't good. The show features celebrities, interviews, pop culture. The decision to end the show was driven by the evolving daytime television landscape, not its performance, and producers are exploring alternative platforms for its future. Whoa. Here's a message to the fans.
And I know that you have seen the news, and I'm ready to address it. Our show has not been renewed for another season. And I want to say to y'all, everybody, y'all try not to faint or fall out because healthcare is expensive and none of us have it anymore. So y'all don't fall out.
Healthcare.
I have to say, you know, and thinking about it, I'm truly overwhelmed by the outpouring of love that I have received from all of you.
4 seasons.
So, from the audience to everybody on social media, to people who stop me in the store and still talk to me despite me not having a wig on, they still talk to me. From the emails and the texts, the messages, I feel every bit of the love that you've been sending to me. And thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for welcoming me into your homes every single day. I want to thank you for laughing and crying with us. Thank you for supporting my unhealthy obsession with Lenny Kravitz. But I got to tell you, when I first started, the show was built on one thing, and what I wanted it built.
Okay. So that was Sherry, and
this is a hard morning. This is a hard morning for all of us here at Sherry. And I know
Sherry and also Drew Barrymore show is gone. It has not been canceled. It's been renewed, the talk show, for 2 additional seasons running through 2028. So she saved Drew Barrymore.
Moving right along to our last story of the night. We got out here a few minutes early. Rapper Rick Ross reportedly sends Remy Ma a cease and desist and accuses her media company of using his music and nickname to produce The Biggest Boss, a movie about an officer who steals drugs and turns into a rapper. Oh, God, Rick Ross. Just from the headlines alone, it feels like Remy Ma's company jacked Rick Ross's whole story. But then it's like, Rick, we can't even really feel sorry for you in this moment because you jacked a whole living person's name and identity. And the people say you wasn't even in the streets like that. The people say you was a correction officer, which is nothing wrong. That's very good work. We from Miami, we same high school. That's great work. You get on with corrections. That is great work. But let's see. Rick Ross is coming up for Remy Ma. According to TMZ, Remy Ma was gearing up to drop a movie called The Biggest Boss on her platform, the Remy Network. They claim Ross says the movie title, along with parts of the project, are reflective of or similar to his brand. His lawyers reportedly sent a letter claiming the film uses his name and music without permission. Ross is also saying fans are getting confused, thinking he's tied to the movie after seeing the title floating around online. Remy's team responded saying she didn't even know there was an issue at first. She made it clear that she had a solid relationship with Ross for over 20 years. Interestingly enough, the film is about a cop who steals a drug dealer's story and flips it into a rap career, which is similar to Ross's past. Social users speculated if it was tied to the drama since Ross had been publicly supporting Clarissa Shields, who's dating Remy's
we will check back with Funky Dineva next week. We're subscribed. I do want to talk about Andrew a little bit. So, I do want to talk about Andrew a little bit. And then we're going to shut it down. Guys, did you see the Piers Morgan situation?
But Meghan Markle, because the grift has just stepped up a notch. Just when you think she can't go lower, she does. I'll give her one thing. She's consistent.
Do that tomorrow. We're coming to an end. Did you guys see the Piers Morgan situation? Put a 1 in the chat if you have.
So Piers Morgan might have eventually met his match. He decided to interview HS TikTok. You might have seen recently in the Manosphere documentary on Netflix by Louis Theroux. There's a lot of people criticising his HS TikTok after watching his documentary, and I understand it. He said some things like, I don't want my daughter to do OnlyFans. He also promotes OnlyFans. You know, some dumb shit. But Piers Morgan loves to jump on the bandwagon when someone's getting kicked down. And I think he thought this was going to be an easy win. And it wasn't. He got rage baited. Something Piers Morgan was actually once good at, but now no longer understands.
All right, let's just pick it up. I'm just curious why you did the show. Did you not know Louis Theroux? Did you think it would be something else? Are you pleased with the way you came over?
So I had no idea who Louis Theroux was. I thought it was a very, very fun experience. I've even texted him since saying that, you know, I enjoyed making it, and the backlash I've received from it, I also enjoy that as well, because I've got, you know, I can just rage bait people in my DMs, which I enjoy doing anyway.
I mean, look, as I was saying to you when we tried to start this, what you want to do with your life is entirely down to you. It's no impact on me whatsoever. And if you had a son who turned out to be gay, you would disown him, you said.
No, my actual life ambition, right, genuinely since young, is to grow up, make money, retire my mum, meet a nice girl from a good family, then have a gay child who fucks other guys. That's what I want. So I genuinely want that. I also want him to go out on the weekend and put makeup on and dance around in the gay strips.
Listen,
no, I want that.
I can hear your fan base cheering you on. I know what you're doing. It's the double down, treble down. In fact, I saw some of your posts on social media before you did this interview. I'm going to own everything. I'm going to double down. I'm going to play that game. Fuentes did that a bit with me. And you know what I think?
Do you know what, bro? There's not a game.
By the way, I'm not your bro, Harrison. Call me Piers. I'll call you.
What, you don't want to be my bro?
I don't really want to be your bro, mainly because I have two bros of my own. One of whom was an army colonel, and one of whom is an excellent man as well. However, let me just ask you what you said in the documentary. You clearly actually would, by your own admission, disown a son who said they were gay. And yet your mother, you said, hates people that are racist, sexist, homophobic, and so on. Why be so brazenly homophobic? If your own mother, who you clearly love and respect and care about, if she's so against that, why would you be so happy to be brazenly homophobic?
I wouldn't say I'm homophobic.
You would disown a child for being gay. That's about as homophobic as it gets.
That's your opinion, and in my opinion, that's not homophobic.
It's a fact of what homophobia is.
Okay. You have different beliefs. I don't care what your belief is. If you grow up,
we don't actually. We both come from the same belief, which is we were brought up by mothers who did not share this view. So actually, we're very similar. It's just you've taken a weird turn where your mother, who hates homophobia, has got a son who actually thinks it's perfectly okay to say you would disown your own child, your own son, if they said they were gay.
Would you be happy if you raised your son and your son came out gay? Would you be happy, Piers? Would you be happy, Piers, if you had one child, one son? You wouldn't care?
No.
Okay, then that's your beliefs. Me and you have totally different beliefs.
No, but
I know that you're trying to double down on this point.
Yeah, but Harrison, why do you think your belief does not constitute homophobia?
Piers, we can all have a push and a shove. You might not agree with some of my points. I don't agree with some things that you do and the way that you act.
That's fine.
And I don't need to go into them. But if you want me to, and you want this to turn into something that it doesn't need to be, then we can all have a push and a shove.
I'm genuinely interested in how you felt this Netflix show went and the things that Louis Theroux had you saying on camera.
What I do with my children is up to me.
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
I don't agree with you going to Epstein's Island and having free-offs with Ghislaine Maxwell and the rest of them. But I don't need to bring it up because this is about misogyny and everything like this.
Harrison,
okay?
Harrison,
okay? I don't agree with that, sir. Free-offs on the island.
Yes, nor do I. And as is
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Do you want to keep doing this? You'll make yourself look very stupid.
Are you sure, Piers?
That I've never been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. I'm 100% positive. I never met the man, never went to his island. I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch. If you've got any supplementary
mentioned a lot of times.
No problem.
A lot of times in there, sir.
I have no problem. You're not, I don't think, if I say this very respectfully, I don't think you're very well informed about things like that. Or you wouldn't go there because it's.
Why are you in the files?
Why don't you check the 27 references to me in the files?
Why are you in the files, sir? Very close to these types of people.
Go and check. And all your followers, you can. The great thing about the Epstein files, you can put somebody's name in, and you can
like to compare me to Tate and Myron and everyone else. So
Harrison,
because my name is close to them in the manosphere. But if I compare you to Epstein and Maxwell, you have a clear problem with it, sir. You compare me to Myron and all the others in this homophobic, misogynistic, whatever world. I'm comparing you to Epstein then because you're in his files.
Harrison,
exactly.
You're making yourself look an even bigger idiot than you did on the Netflix show.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who's cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that your wife while you are on holiday. Okay? We can all have a push and a shove, sir. Let's go back to talking about the documentary and less of the homophobia.
Do you know what? Here's what I think about you. I watched the documentary. I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp who got exposed in a global way by Netflix, by Louis Theroux, for what you are. You're a little half-wit, and you'll make your little followers
don't get rattled.
A little laugh
and
everything else. But I don't see any point wasting. There's no point me wasting my time talking to you. Is there? What's the point?
Exactly. No. Do you know what? Let's chill it down then, because what I just said. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and
I don't care. I don't
just
care
talk to me normally. Talk to me normally. Talk to me normally.
I don't care about your silly insults.
But what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What I said is fact. I have a picture of it. I can flip it around and show you right now.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. A 2-year-old. Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
all right, let's end this.
Applications are open.
All right, let's just
That's your thing, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Oh, shit. That was crazy. Dan Wooden had something to say
You
about
make yourself
it.
look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who's cleaning her car.
Ooh.
Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that shagged your wife while you are on holiday.
I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp.
Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
All right,
who's this? Applications are open.
All right, let's just
That's your team, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Is that not your team? One thing led to another, and whoops, in bed with Rupert. That's your wife.
I was supposed to do an interview with Piers Morgan. I wake up to do this shit, right? And bro just rage quits. I'm on the fucking Zoom call, laughing my ass off as him and the HS are going back and forth.
Breaking today, Piers Morgan has just stormed off his own TV show again.
Own show.
But this time, he thought the footage would stay censored forever. That's despite the fact his show is ironically titled Piers Morgan Uncensored. This is why you've got to be careful when you're dealing with these very competent tech dudes in the so-called manosphere, because his interview with HS Tiki was being filmed by HS himself. And he has since released the entire car crash and a massive boost to his own personal PR. Piers Morgan was hosting this particular show, which will now not broadcast, following the Netflix one-off special called The Manosphere, where Louis Theroux gets a whole load of these Andrew Tate-like figures, including HS Tiki and Sneeko together, and really did try and make them look bad and sort of expose them in a way that the mainstream media does. And of course, Piers Morgan wanted their clout, wanted their clicks, but didn't like it when HS Tiki started going for him personally. And you'll know ever since Piers Morgan interview with Nick Fuentes, there's been a real narrative forming around Piers Morgan's wife, Celia Walden, someone who I've known for years, actually, used to work with her at ITV, and claims that Piers is in some way cucked by his very beautiful wife. But I'm going to show you how this full breakdown happened with Piers and what eventually led to him.
Okay, we saw it. We saw it. It was good. Let's see what's going on with Andrew.
The palace is now urging Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to remove himself from the royal line of succession. Live now to Ben Downey in London. Ben, these are new claims from a royal author.
Yeah, Eddie, good morning. That's right. Andrew's reportedly been presented an offer he can't refuse, with a member of the palace travelling up to Sandringham last week to present him something suggesting he should voluntarily give up his spot in the line of succession. Since his arrest at his Wood Farm home, the British government has been working on legislation to remove him, but that process would still require the support of all the 15 Commonwealth realms.
Destroy and manipulate. Like, I'm going to put a star by this. Manipulate. Hello, Roland.
The palace is now urging Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to remove himself from the royal line of succession. Live now.
They're trying to urge him to remove himself from the line of succession.
Ben Downey in London. Ben, these are new claims from a royal author.
Move it or lose it.
Yeah, Eddie, good morning. That's right. Andrew's reportedly been presented an offer he can't refuse, with a member of the palace travelling up to Sandringham last week to present him something suggesting he should voluntarily give up his spot in the line of succession. Since his arrest at his Wood Farm home, the British government has been working on legislation to remove him, but that process would still require the support of all the 15 Commonwealth realms that have the king as head of state. Now, Australia, New Zealand and Canada have each indicated support for his removal, where he currently sits 8th in line. Of course, if he accepts the offer the biographer Tom Bauer says he has received, it could avoid that entire process.
I understand it. Someone went up to Sandringham last Saturday from the palace to suggest to Andrew that he voluntarily gives up the succession. I think that he'll be made an offer he can't refuse, because in the end, he is totally dependent
on his brother.
Exactly.
Quite explosive there, really. And now, in addition to this, the head of London's Metropolitan Police is reportedly travelling to Washington this week to press the US Department of Justice for information and unredacted copies of those Epstein files. It's unsure if he'll receive them, but they could potentially be pivotal in the former prince's potential prosecution. Eddie?
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, my God. What do you think he should do? Should he give him up? He won't. He should. You should give it up, give it up, give it up.
Piers Morgan's wife, Celia Walden.
One more, Andrew, and then I'll let you lovely people go.
Angela Levin, the royal biographer, is with us. Morning to you, Angela.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. So the removal vans are in. So this is the final move, the final bit of the jigsaw puzzle, the final part of the demise of the former prince.
Yeah, that's right. They had waited a bit and they put out vast sort of protection around the house because just in case, anyone wants to come in and try and move things around.
What were they taking? I mean, bearing in mind...
They're taking paintings and valuable things. The things apparently he's had lots of art in his previous home and he wants all that taken through. So the lorries that are taking him are actually the ones that the royals actually use because they're very reliable. They don't break anything.
Yeah.
And
that would be a story, wouldn't it?
Yes, and so that's what he's going on. So I wonder who's paying. It must be King Charles, who's paying for that as well. So he's doing that. He hopes to get in early April, but everything has to be done. They've done the carpets, they've done the painting, they've done everything. So he'll go in there. But actually, there's a big difference. Instead of him just looking after things himself, he had to check through that his teddy bears have arrived. If you know, he's got 72 teddies and he loves them and they've all got to come over.
He's a grown man. What's wrong with the bloke?
I think there's quite a few things wrong with the bloke.
Well, that's very true, yes. So his teddy collection will be protected by these diligent removal
and they have to be in absolutely the right place. And each member of staff who has to do this, put it on the bed, they all have to do it in the right space. They've got a map. Have you ever heard of anything so silly?
A teddy bear map.
A map where the teddy bears go.
Wow.
So this bigger one goes that side of the bed, the other one goes this side. I mean, it's very strange indeed.
Yeah. Does he hug the teddy bears? That's another.
I didn't ask.
Who knows? Give me a huggy wuggy little Jeffrey, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? This house he's moving into, I mean, it's not a bed sit, is it? I mean, it might not be like the other place.
It's got 5 bedrooms, and it's quite smart. But nobody had been using it for quite a while, so they had to clean it up and repair things. But the one he's at the moment is much smaller, so that's not good enough for him. So that's going into this one.
Will he have staff still?
Oh, that's interesting. He had loads of staff. He's never cooked anything for himself, but the king brought it down, so he's had only 3, a chef and 2 people looking after things. But now I think it's only 1, and he has to get his food himself from Waitrose, and that's the difference. I mean, it's sort of awful but ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it is. But then when you've got a teddy bear's picnic to organise, I mean, you need to make sure you've got your food. You need to make sure you've got your food in store.
Yeah,
that's going to be when somebody says make a sandwich, Andrew. I mean, if he doesn't know how to make a sandwich, I mean, this is a big lifestyle change. I mean, he must be bored senseless. I have no sympathy for this, by the way. But he can't do anything. He can't leave the house. All he can do is go for a horse ride.
He's very sad. No, King Charles has stopped him doing a horse ride.
So he can't ride his horse.
He can't ride his horse because he doesn't want people to see him. He doesn't want them to stop and talk to them. He's absolutely sort of locked up, really. And that's going to go on for quite a while. And the whole area is actually sealed for anyone to go in, look at the place. I mean, he must be very miserable because his daughters aren't going to see him. His ex-wife, who was there for him just to keep him company for a long time, she's not there either. And so he's there on his own. And perhaps he will think about what he's done.
But
he doesn't feel it's his fault. No, he doesn't feel he's done anything.
Well,
He'll never say,
perpetual denial, Angela, isn't it?
Yes, he's in perpetual denial. And he just keeps saying, I don't know. Or he can't remember, those sort of terrible sort of things that make you feel
I know. But, these people do, despite what's gone on and despite the accusations against him, those in the kind of upper echelons of society do still retain some friends, don't they? I mean, I'd imagine he could still cobble together a dinner party guest list.
I don't know about that because I don't think Waitrose would actually produce anything for that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But he's got lots of people who are friendly and not in this country who known him for a very long time. And one of them invited him to a sort of stay and live in a huge sort of palace that he's got, and he could have, swimming pool, all this sort of thing.
So he can't can he not do? He can't accept those invitations.
Well, no, he can't at the moment because there's war. That's the thing.
Well, of course, yes, because
Oh,
most
we
of them are
might
in that
try
neck
and
of
get
the
out,
most are in
yeah.
that neck of the woods, I guess. So it's going to be a bit of a very much a different kind of life for this man now.
I think it will be a very hard life unless he goes out of this country. But I believe they're not going to let him because they don't know what he's going to do. And then he'll probably find other women and other things he wants to do. It's rather crude of me to say that. But
Well, no, I'm sure he'll find what you'd call a workaround in that sense for all manner of issues. Who knows? Listen, Angela, great to have you on with us. Thank you. Angela Levin, royal biographer.
Guys, I want to thank you for joining me today for both lives. I know I've been giving you a lot lately, but I won't be doing that going forward. I'm going to go pick up a little bit today. So you will go back to our regular scheduled program. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hello, Dell, Snowdrop, Lisa B, Doodoo Bird, Pickles. Mwah. What are you guys going to do for the rest of the day? What plans do you have? I got to go get a little bit. We're going to go get her tonight. So tonight, I'm living in a fantasy on Little Nasty World. So yes, we will be going to pick up a little bit. Love you guys. Now the lawn, says Pickles. The lawn. I'm going to take a hot shower, hot shower. Get dressed. Maybe me and hubby can go get something delicious to eat at a restaurant. Oh, maybe we could go to the steakhouse. The steakhouse. Or, fish, seafood. Fish I eat. Over there where we used to go eat. Yeah, maybe we can go do that. Yes. And I say on Monday morning, we go back on Diet Land. Diet Land. Go back to Diet Land. And lose some of this weight. Because I have gotten so fat-a-do. Sucks. Did you guys see the live from last night? A roast chicken. All right, everyone. I love you guys. Have a good one. Okay, let me go take a look. Danny posted something. Let me see what she posted. The after show host. Okay, I saw it. Yeah. Okie dokie. I can't show it on my screen, but go take a look at it. Yeah, a little bit. It's going to be so excited. But now I'm going to give her a big fat hug and a kiss. Mama's little bit. I miss her so much. Yeah, my little angel. Love you guys. You think she's missing me? Kara, are you missing? You think Kara's missing me, hon? I miss you, Kara, Mira. I miss you, little one. I miss you, little bit. Yes. You want to go eat somewhere? Boomer Jacks. Huh. There's this place called Boomer Jacks. I don't know.
What's another place you were thinking of? You want to go to the seafood spot?
I was thinking seafood, and then I was thinking razzoos, and then I was thinking God, you know what sounds good? Papados.
Papados a little high.
Papados is expensive. Ooh, you can't go to Papados. Papados will break you into two. Papados is a good $100. I don't know where we're gonna go eat, but we're gonna go somewhere and eat, guys. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon, day. Thank you for your thoughts, your comments. They really mean a lot to me. You guys really put your thought hats on and really go in, especially on the political. You know who you want, you know who you like, you know what your stance is, and I respect that. And I'll let Little Bit know. Everybody said hello to her. Love you guys. Thank you, mods. Thank you so much, moderators. You guys are the best. I know I don't say it enough, but you guys are the best. And I want to thank Maureen for my super chat, super sticker, lovely. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I didn't meet my quota, but hey, I got a super chat. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for your kind words. Whoa, 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 whoa.